The metaphor I like is climbing a mountain, and at the top of the mountain is that personal fulfillment. And like I said, the intro is called "Wake Up," and if you're gonna climb a mountain, obviously, you got to be awake. You got to know that the mountain's there first of all. And the thing I found is that a lot of people are not awake to the fact that you can be personally fulfilled. And you're probably saying, what are you talking about? Of course, I could be personally fulfilled. But there's a statistic, and it says that human beings do 12% of what they love. Let's say the whole day is your 100%. We do 12% of what we love each day. That's a sad statistic. And I was thinking about that, and I noticed the only reason we do 12% of what we love is because we're not awake, physically and metaphorically. Here's why. First, we'll start physically, get this out of the way. Some people are sleeping 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 11 hours, 9 hours. We don't need to be asleep 12 hours a day. All right? Like, imagine you're asleep 12 hours a day. I'm asleep 6 hours a day. And we do that experiment over a year. I get 6 more hours out of my day. You think that 12% of what people doing what they love, you think that 12% won't increase? If I get 6 hours out of my day over a whole year versus you sleeping 12 hours a day? Sleeping 12 hours a day is probably not even good for you. And if you think you need 12 hours of sleep, toughen up. Wake up and get out of that bed and be awake physically on this earth so you don't miss opportunities to do what you love and to be personally fulfilled. Metaphorically, the rest of us who are awake physically, we're still asleep because we don't understand the opportunity that we have in this day and age, 2015, the best time to be alive, to live our to live out our dreams, to do anything we wanted to do. That wasn't possible a few hundred years ago. That was not possible a few hundred years ago. 2015 right now is the greatest time to be alive. Human beings are living the longest we've ever lived on this earth, 80, 90, 100. Some people are living 120 years. Scientific discoveries. If you're African American, in the 1600s, started slavery. Black people couldn't do what they wanted, of course. We were enslaved. Now a black man can go out and become president. A black man can go out and make $1 million. Yet still the black man and other people are asleep, not taking advantage of this opportunity at this time we're living in. You know why? Because we don't have that appreciation because we're not awake to knowledge. We're awake in our cell phones. We're awake to the new trends on Facebook, Twitter. Not that those things are completely bad. But if you're awake to knowledge, you'll know about slavery and that all our dreams that we could achieve now weren't even possible a few hundred years ago. And if you're awake to knowledge, you'd have that appreciation and you'd take advantage of your time. You understand? So away from physically, about away from just being up more hours to get more out of your day, so you can up that 12% of that statistic I just told you about. Be awake to up that 12% even more. Be awake metaphorically. When you're awake, you don't need to be wasting your time. Say you're awake you're up 16 hours of your day. You don't need to waste half of it in stuff that are not benefiting you. Guys, you have to understand we're standing on the shoulders of giants. We are standing on the shoulders of giants who've paved the way so that the world we live in now, we can achieve any dream we want. But you have to be awake to realize that we're standing on the shoulders of Martin Luther King, someone who allowed black people to do what we want to do and achieve anything we want to achieve. Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks. We're standing on the shoulders of scientists who have broken through boundaries, People hundreds of years ago, people half of us wouldn't be here. We'd be dead of smallpox, dead of things like sore throat, dead of things like dying of things like minor surgeries, dying of minor tumors that could have been removed maybe. We're standing on the shoulders of the Wright brothers, who now, if someone's sick, they could be flown in a plane on a chair to another country. Imagine that, when they just had wooden boats going in the ocean. If you're not awake to that knowledge, you don't have that appreciation to know that you need to wake up now, because the time we're in now is amazing. If you're just born in this time and you don't have that prior knowledge, you'll just take it for granted and think it's always been like this when it hasn't. Appreciation. Be awake to that appreciation so that you can get the most out of your life. Don't be that person who realizes when down the road, when they're 40 years old, 60 years old, 80 years old, who look back and sees their peers doing amazing things like becoming millionaires, being financially free, going on vacation when they want, doing what they want when they want. All these amazing things that we can achieve. Don't be that person, that bystander. There's this saying, there's three people in this world: people who make shit happen, people who watch shit happen, and people and people who wonder what happened. You First of all, you don't want to be that guy who wondered what happened. That guy was literally asleep. You do not want to be that person who watched stuff happen. You want to be that person that made stuff happen. Don't waste your opportunity that these great people who lived before us have paved the way for us to drive on this road that they've paved. Don't waste your opportunity. Wake up and notice what's going on right now. This is the time of the entrepreneur. You can go on Instagram and make 1 million. Who knows if it's always gonna be like this? Who knows? Wake up. Notice we're living in the best time. The time is now. The time's not tomorrow. Today is the present. Today is the present. Go forth. Achieve your dreams. If you're in your phone and that means you're asleep. If you're in your phone on Facebook, Twitter, and these stuff, just scrolling all day, likes, and you're about likes, you're about this, you're about that, you're asleep. If you're about balling up every day, all day, you're asleep. Not getting nothing, you're asleep. Because 20 years down the road, when everybody has the people who are awake and taking advantage of their opportunity and their situation, you're gonna be like, damn, what was I doing? You don't want to be that. You don't want to have that regret. You don't want to be that guy who wondered what happened, or that guy who watched what happened. You want to be that guy that made stuff happen. And the only reason you're not gonna be that guy that made stuff happen is because you don't appreciate what you have in front of you. You have the world in front of you. Go forth and take it. You couldn't take it in the 1600s. You were whipped. You were getting whipped, or you're enslaved. You couldn't even fly. Wright brothers paved that way. Couldn't do certain things. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have Instagram. You can make 1 million off Instagram, but people are on Instagram scrolling through for likes. But you have people on Instagram making millions. Instagram founders making millions. They're awake. They're taking advantage of the time we're in now. Don't be that guy who watched what happened and wondered what happened. Make shit happen. Notice the situation that you're in. Be awake to the situation you're in. I remember back in the day, I used to just go ball up, go party. My parents were paying mortgage. They were making me meals. One day I woke up. I was going to work. I started saving all the money. My parents were still paying mortgage, still making me meals. And I was saving up my money, saving up my money, saving up my money, saving up my money. Because I woke up to the situation that I was in. Your parents are not always going to be here for you. Not that you shouldn't go party or you shouldn't have a little bit of fun, but why not do the work now and be while you have the energy to do the work and have the motivation to do the work while you're still young, other than have all this fun now, and later on you're working 9 to 5s. Your whole life miserable, like the rest of the civilization, the rest of the drones, the rest of the sheep who are consumed by media. They're not awake. Wake up, go forth, take what's yours. Out of 400 million sperm, you were the one that made it. Why'd you want to get here so bad? Not to be asleep, metaphorically, not to be asleep. You were here to create. You were here to innovate. You're here to build on what the great people have built on before us. Wake up and realize this. Don't be passing away years on your phone. Don't be letting time pass you by. Time's the biggest commodity we have. Time you cannot multiply. It goes by evenly and always. You cannot get time back. So don't worry about the money you spend. Worry about the time you spend and what you spend your time on. I could spend 100,000 on books, and the time spent on reading the books was time well spent. Because you're gonna spend the time anyways, so spend it on something with value. Spend it on something with Pareto efficiency. That means you're getting a win-win situation. Don't spend it on balling up and sleeping your life away. Do something with your life. Brothers, brothers, we have to wake up. You cannot climb that mountain to personal fulfillment if you're asleep. You know deep down you're not getting all you want out of life. First thing we gotta do is wake up and realize this is game time. We don't have time to waste time. Kendrick Lamar said that in one of his skits in his new album. We don't have time to waste time. This is 2015. You can go get a mill if you want it. Don't be asleep. Don't be a sucker. There's a saying, if you don't know who the sucker in the room is, it's you. But nowadays it's a bunch of suckers in the room, bunch of suckers in the telly, wearing all Gucci, Ferragamo, whatever you want, Louis Vuitton. No substance. Bumping trap music. 20 years down the line, they're going to be like, what happened? How's this guy a millionaire? That guy was awake. That guy knew the situation. That guy said, hey, there's opportunity. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to be asleep. I'm not going to be a sheep. I'm going to be a lion. I'm going to be a wolf in this game. I'm going to take what's mine. The window might be closed when you want to take what's yours. So wake up now while the window's still open, man. Wake up right now. We live in a beautiful time. We live in a beautiful time with opportunities left, right, and center. But if you're asleep, you won't notice these opportunities. Some people go without sleep because they're scared to miss an opportunity. Those people are on the ball. Those people are what you call with the shits, with the real shits. You understand? Wake up. Notice the opportunity around you. Don't be in your phone all day. Be in your book all day. Learn something. Learn more. Learn more. Learn more. Knowledge is power. If you have more knowledge, you're more awake. If you're more awake, you can see more opportunities. You could get your full. You can get your full. Don't get half. Don't get a quarter of life. Don't look back at life and say, what did I do? Did I have a good life? Did I fully enjoy my life? And especially in a time now where you can enjoy life to amazing greats. You can fly around the world, go to all the countries, see all how everybody's living. You could fully experience life. Can't do that if you're wasting your time. Can't do that if you're wasting your time. Wake up. Take what's yours. Stop watching TV 4 hours, 5 hours a day. Stop doing nonsense 5 hours a day. Stop being outside just chilling. Ask people what they're doing, just chilling. Just chilling. What do you mean you're just chilling? You see what's out there for you? What's your standards? What's your dreams? You think your mother immigrated to this country so you could be just chilling? Nah, brother. Nah, brother. Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. We need to stop wasting our time and start making use of it, because time is going constantly and always, no minute faster than the other, and it's always steady flowing. The only thing we're slave to in this day and age is time. Always going. So what are we doing? Are we chilling? Or are we making millions? Are we chilling or are we making millions? Straight up. Straight up. What are we doing? Learn more. Be more. Do more. And I'm not talking about balling up more and partying more and doing things that don't really give us true value. What gives us true value? Becoming something. So that in the future we could really do what we want to do. We could party without knowing we have to go to work tomorrow. Because we built a business, or we built residual income, so that money's always coming in. So we could drive these fast cars and not think, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow. Because you made use of your opportunity that these great founders, the great people of Earth before us, have paved the way. We realize that. Don't be asleep in TV. You go to work, you come home, 65 years, and you die, you were a slave to the system. Because you weren't asleep, because you weren't awake. You were asleep. You went to work, you came home, you watched TV, you're in your phone, you ate, you drank, you shit, you pissed, you slept. 65 years gone. Boom. Life's so short. No, it wasn't. You weren't doing nothing with your life. You were asleep. You were distracted by media. You're distracted by this. You're distracted by temporary pleasures. Travel the world. Go to the Bahamas. Go to Cancun and Fiji. Walk the red carpet. Anything you want to do, you can do it. Pursue that music dream. Pursue that music career. Be that engineer. Be that whoever you want to be. Don't be, don't even get a freaking regular job. Be your own boss. Name that shit. So you could do what you want when you want. We live in a time where people could actually do that. Do what they want when they want. How they want. But if you're asleep in media, TV, boring, not boring shit you probably think is fun, useless shit, when you really rewind it, right now look back at your life and think about the temporary pleasures you had. Was it really all that worth it? You're young still. The window's open right now. Boom. Jump up. Let's get to it.